On this episode of At the D Spot, we're making pollo guisado y arroz con vegetales. What in the world is that? Let's go find out. For a full list of ingredients, be sure to check the description box below. So pollo guisado is stewed chicken, and I make mine with potatoes and carrots, and arroz con vegetales is simply vegetable rice, yellow vegetable rice. Something that we've been making in my family for so many years. It's my comfort food to go to, and I'm so excited to share it with you guys today. Let's get started with our arroz con vegetales. So in our rice pot, we're gonna add a couple tablespoons of olive oil. After our olive oil has been in the heat for a moment, we're gonna add our half of an onion. After our onions have been cooking for about 2 minutes, next is our green pepper and our red pepper. Next, we add our crushed garlic. After a few minutes of our veggies cooking, it's time to add our sofrito, and this is my homemade sofrito. If you want to see how I make mine, look in the description box below. We're just going to let all those flavors get happy for a few minutes. Next, we add our tomato sauce. Now we add our fresh cilantro. Now we're going to add our sazon. You know I like my food with a little kick, so here's a little squirt of siracha. Look at the beautiful color on that. Next, it's time for us to add our frozen vegetables. And I'm using the frozen vegetable mix that has the lima beans. Don't ask me why, we've been doing that in my family since I was a kid. My grandmother, Mami Lucia, did it that way, and we just stick to the tradition. Next, I'm adding my Italian seasoning. Here's some black pepper. Here's a pinch of salt. After your veggies have been in for a few minutes, it's time to add our water. Since I'm making 3 cups of rice, I'm using 3 cups of water. Before we add our rice to the pot, we want to taste our rice water to make sure it doesn't need any additional seasoning. Perfect. You want to cook your rice water with the veggies for a few minutes until you get a rolling boil, and then we will add our rice. Now that our rice water is boiling, we're going to add our 3 cups of washed white rice. You just want a light shimmer of water above your rice level. Now we're going to lower our heat down to low, and we're going to let all the water evaporate to the top of the rice before we cover and cook. Now that all the water has evaporated, we're going to give our rice a turn with our spoon. Turn from the bottom up. I like to make a little mountain towards the middle of the pot. Now we just make sure our heat's on low. We'll cover it, and we'll be back to turn our rice in about 20 minutes. Alexa, set a timer for 20 minutes. So our vegetable rice is cooking. It's already smelling incredible in this kitchen. Now it's time to start on our chicken. Here we have some chicken breasts, and I have about 2.5 pounds of chicken. And all we're gonna do is cut them into chunks, nice sized chunks. Now we're gonna season our chicken breast. I'm gonna start out with some onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, and a logo. just gonna give this a good mix with our hands. I like to use a lot of seasonings because I like my meat and my food to be flavorful. Not salty, but flavorful. So we've got our stock pot on a medium heat, and we're gonna add a couple tablespoons of olive oil. Now it's time for us to add our chicken to the pot. Well, we're just gonna cook our chicken for a few minutes so that it can get some color. You can make your pollo guisado with bone-in pieces. You can make it with thighs. You can make it with drumsticks. I'm just making it with boneless, skinless chicken breasts. But you know I won't be mad at you. Now we're adding our onion. Just give it a stir. After our onions have been in for a minute, we're gonna add our garlic. Next, I'm adding the sofrito, tomato sauce, fresh cilantro, sazon. Now we'll give everything a mix. That is the color that we want. Now I'm going to add about 3 cups of my homemade chicken stock. If you want to know how I make mine, look in the description box below. You can use store-bought chicken stock if you want to, or you could just use water, but I like the extra flavor. Perfect. Now we turn our rice. Look at how flaky and beautiful this rice looks. Rice is usually an afterthought. No one really puts a lot of effort and time typically in rice, but not here at the D Spot. We love our rice. Now we'll just cover our rice and let it cook for another 20 minutes. Now that our chicken is starting to boil in its broth, we're going to add our carrots. We're adding our carrots before the potatoes because the potatoes cook a lot quicker than the carrots do. So we're gonna cook this covered for about 15 minutes and then we're gonna add our potatoes. Now we're gonna add our potatoes. Now we'll cover and cook for close to about 20 minutes. Okay, everyone, we are back. Our stewed chicken and veggie rice are done. It smells phenomenal. This dish is one of my go-tos. It is a comfort dish for me, and I really, really hope that you guys try it too. But before you try it, let me try it. A little bit of chicken with rice. Oh guys, the rice is so flaky, super flavorful, loving the veggies in there, and complemented with this super savory chicken. We got the potatoes that are nice and soft, the carrots, nice and tender. Perfection. It took about an hour to make this entire meal from prep to finish cooking. I think that this is a dish that everyone will love. It's Puerto Rican comfort food cooking at its very best. Coming to you here from Las Vegas. Thanks for tuning into this episode of At the D Spot. I'm Danny, and remember, be good to one another. We're all connected. Till next time. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.
Come and go with me.
Mom, I know yours is the best, but this one's a close second.